All right, so I'm gonna make this video about composition in real estate photography. And with the help of my level here, I'm gonna make sure everything is leveled sideways and tilting back and forth. A rule of thumb is coming in and trying to look for these switches, right? And that's gonna tell you the height where you wanna be. So you wanna be just a little bit above those switches, right? And around the whole house. That gives you an idea of where you want to be. Composition here, you always want to give 3 walls, right? In this case, I'm going to focus on the main door, window, and this room right here. This is the entrance, right? So you want to give me 3 walls. I already have 1, 2, and a little bit of this one. So what I want you to do is look at your sides. How much real estate or how much, see, I can move in a little more and minimize that. Because remember, you're trying to put as much information inside that frame, okay? But we don't want any wasted space. Like that could be okay, just because at least that you're using that as a guide. And also this corner right here, right? So that's what I want. That's how you compose a real estate photo. And then you go for it, and there you have it. You see, there's no wasted space in that frame. You have every angle. You have a little bit of this wall right here that is giving you a guidance, so your photo could be nice and straight. So let's continue. Let's move on to the next one. And you're going to give me this angle as well. And the same thing you're going to do here. I want 3 walls, so we're going to use that one as 1, 2, and 3. But again, we don't need much of this wall. Right? We just want to show, if you can see there, we just want to show that there's a little bit of wall there, right? That little corner. Remember, we don't want to do this because look what that does. That's just such a waste of space. So you want to bring it here just to show me that there's a wall there, but you want to give me, and you don't want to do this either because you're just missing out. You want to showcase the window. Everything is lined up with your grid lines. Just a little bit of this wall, you see? Make sure you're leveled. We're all leveled. Maybe a little bit right here. And you're good. Now you have everything there. There you have it. Look how good that came out. And that's perfectly, that's your composition is perfect there because you're showing me the whole room. If you want to go ahead and do another one, you can do it from this side, this angle. This is another way, but then we're going to use that line right there, that line. And since there's no way around it, you don't want to show too much of this wall because it's just dead space. And maybe over here too, right? So you just give the same amount of space on both sides. Or you could zoom, you could move the tripod a little closer if you want to cut down on that space. You see what I'm saying? So make sure you're leveled. And then here, you're going to see on this third of the grid, you're going to have the same amount of space. So just by moving forward a little bit, that looks good. Hold on. One thing I've noticed, I turn on. Don't forget to put the lids down. This is what we're doing. We're just going to go ahead and, you see? So now we're good to shoot. Now we review. Look at that. So you have the same amount of space on each side of the frame. And that's a perfectly composed photo. Another thing that I like to do, just to showcase what you're looking at when you come in, is obviously turn on all the lights. I don't know where that light goes. Maybe over here. All right. So I like to, in these newer homes, I like to come here and just have this composition here. So basically what I'm doing here is using this wall, or this corner of the wall, and trying to get this space right here. So make sure you're leveled. And notice how I never moved the tripod up and down. You always keep it at the same level wherever you go. So there you have it. You have this composition right here. It gives you an idea. If you're looking at this photo, if you're a buyer and you're looking at this photo, you already know that when you come in from the front door, this is what you're going to see, right? So let's go ahead. This could be another shot if you want to. I mean, I won't mind it. This is actually okay shot, you know. It's like you're coming in through the front door and this is what you see. It's okay too. But you see how I'm using that part of the wall as my guidance. Okay, when you're looking at this photo, if you look down here, you see, you know, this is a good composition of a photo for real estate. Okay. So there you go. That's another option. This is one that I like to do just to get a little closer, and like that, it gives you another perspective of, you know, when you walk in, and this is what you're gonna see. It's like a little room here. It's like they call it the mud room, I think, the mud hallway. So I'm just gonna photograph this area here, and then you're getting a little composition of what's happening in this area, right? So I like to take these two. Now remember here, the corner, I'm using the corner of this wall, and I'm kind of bringing it a little closer there. So I'm getting all this area here. Perfect. I also could do this. I could also use this on the other side too, just so people more or less can see that this area, this is, you know, you have this closet here, you have the stairs. So I'm leveled. The photo is composed, like the composition is good. You know, we have the same amount of empty space on both sides. Looks good, looks focused. We're leveled a little bit to the, okay. And that's it, you go for the shot. All right. When it comes to this area here, this part of the, I like to bring down the tripod or the camera, just because I try to have the sink touch the bottom third of the grid. There's really no other way of shooting this, you know, small bathroom. Okay, and then you go ahead and take the shot. So you see, you got the outside door, you got the pantry, you're leveled. The reason why I brought the tripod a little higher is because, as you know, we don't want to show the bottom of the cabinets. Okay, that's also another rule. I don't know if you can see here, but I have my lines, my grid lines are just, should be a little higher, yeah. Just a tiny bit higher, if not just right where the counter is. And that's where you could tell you have a good height, okay? So this is the only time when you're in the kitchen, this is the only time you're gonna move the tripod. Like the tripod is you're gonna bring it up, okay? Because you wanna go above the cabinets. So we're gonna do the same thing here. In this one, I'm gonna try to get the front door, you know, front door. So this will be my composition, okay? And I think there will be good. Make sure I'm lined up, I'm leveled, okay? And then I go for the shot. Leveled, Composition is good. Focus, shoot. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get another one. Actually, I'm gonna get one from here. A little closer shot here of the, and then again, I'm gonna use that corner of the wall and here, some of these cabinets here. I'm gonna bring it up a little more because as you can see, the line is showing under, right? So right there, I don't see the bottom of the cabinets. So that's a good height. All right, I'm leveled. I'm composed. Focus, shoot. Leveled, composed, focus, shoot. I like that. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side, and I'm gonna try to kind of get the same thing from this side of the counter. And I'm gonna use the frame of that door to kind of help me get, straighten up. I think I'm gonna be able to, I don't need it. I guess I'll use the corner of this cabinet. The corner of this cabinet, and then everything else will line up. I'm leveled, composed, focus, shoot. Perfect. All right, so this is just for my own, for some reason I like to do this kind of shot right here. It kind of gives it, an idea of what it would look like if you're looking from behind the counter into the living room, right? And it also serves as, if you want to, like if the agent decides to virtually stage the living room, and it will look kind of nice shooting from here. So so this is what it would look like. And again, I'm using the corners. I'm using that corner, and then I'm using like this door right here. So I'm trying to keep the same amount of dead space on the side. I'm leveled, composed, focus, shoot. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna get one more straight on from here, and then this will allow me to showcase what it would look like if you're looking from the living room, right? So I'm gonna use this corner, I'm gonna use this corner, I'm gonna kind of back it up a little bit. So I got them right there. The same amount of dead space on the side of the frame. I want to utilize the corners there as best as possible. Okay, we're leveled, we're composed, focus, shoot. Okay. All right, so I feel like we have enough of the kitchen, and now we'll only need like about maybe one or two. I'm gonna get one straight on here of the living room, showcasing the windows. Make sure I got the windows, same amount. I'm not gonna, let me see, I'm just gonna do dead on, like straight on. I mean, so straight on with me, probably be right here. Yeah, so straight on. This is what it would look like. I think I'm gonna bring this down now. We don't need it anymore. I think this is it. Okay, so we look like we're leveled, composed, focus, shoot. All right, looks good. Probably gonna do one from this corner, just so we could have, and again, 3 walls always. So here in this one, you only see that I'm gonna have just a little bit of this side of the wall, okay? Just a little bit, not too much. I got everything in frame. I got the kitchen. I'm leveled, I'm composed, focus, shoot. Okay. If you want, you could always, it won't hurt, but if you want to do from the other corner, just so we could have an idea of, you know, how big the living room is, you could do the same thing. Leveled, compose, focus, shoot. All right, so I think we're done down here. I'm supposed to do some photos out there, and it's always important that you bring these babies. Always have these for your shoes when you're in new homes. As you can see, it's been raining the last couple of days, and that's all that is wet, mud. So you know what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna leave that for last. And in the meantime, I'm gonna head upstairs. So follow me. Okay, so we don't do photos in the stairs. Okay, you skip that part. Photos in stairs are not a thing. You don't really need it unless you're in a big home that requires or allows you to. Always make sure you put these down. We do photograph master closets. Master closets, showers, toilets. I don't bother too much. Turn on all the lights. I'm having deja vu right now. I've done so many of these same houses. They all look the same. Okay. All right. Well, in this scenario here, the space is so tight that you cannot get too much of a good angle, right? So just because I remember what I did with some of the photos from other properties that look like this one, I remember I took a shot, like I took this shot before, so I'm gonna go for it. Same thing, leveled, composed. You see the composition here? Composition here is the same. Composition here is, you know, I'm using the side of the walls. You know, I'm trying to get everything in the frame. Everything that we need to show, it's in the frame. I might be able to move back a little more, but I don't know if it'll allow me to, because I wanna show the hallway as best as possible there. Okay. All right, so let's go for it. Leveled, composed, focus, shoot. Okay. All right, I'm gonna move into I am sweating. I'll leave this down there. All right, I'm gonna move in quickly because I got another house to do. But you get the point, right? You get the point. This is the composition is very important. If you don't take the time to compose your photo, you'll see in this case you have these two windows, right? These two windows here, this one and this one, and you want to get me three walls. Like, I am not gonna do this, you know, because I'm not gonna do this, because look how much dead space is right here. You don't want that. Just give me a little bit of that wall, because the minute that you do that, now look what pops in on the other side. Now this is a window. Now this looks, I mean, you already know that there's a wall there. Why would you give me this? Like, this is just dead space when you can actually do this and show me that there's a window there, right? So that's what I'm looking for. Take your time, compose the photo the right way, you know, level, compose, focus, right? And shoot. And now you go straight ahead to the other corner, because what's going to happen is now you're going to show me the other side where we were shooting from over there. So I'm kind of directing your eye to where I want you to go, because remember, when we were over there, I showed you more of this side of the room than that side. So strategically, now I'm going to show you this angle right here, because I want to direct your focus to where I'm going to show you next, which is the bathroom, right? Leveled. You're leveled, you're composed, your composition is good. Focus, you want to focus. Like, what I like to do is I like to turn this on, and this, wherever I touch is where the focus is going to go. Since we're right next to a window, I like to always touch near the window. It just helps me when the window, you know, the window pulls and all that, and post-production. Okay. And bathrooms are kind of tricky, right? Because you don't want to come out in any you don't want to come out in the mirror. So you just work with what you got. Try to avoid the mirror as much as possible. So this is one that you could do. I remember what I told you, right? The bottom third, always touching the sink or something, right? You want to lower the tripod a little bit. You see what I did here? Like, I'm using the mirror as my guide, the door as my guide. All the other lines are straight. Okay? So leveled, composed, focus, shoot. Okay. All right, we're going to move to the other side of the bathroom, and we're going to get another. I'm probably going to do this so we could get a little shot of the shower. Okay, I'm going to open this up all the way. So now what I'm using here, you see on this side here, I'm using this corner of this wall as my guide. I have, you know, that frame, that door frame. We have the shower. We're showing pretty much everything. We're leveled, composed. The photo is composed nicely. Focus, shoot. Okay, so now I like to show the other side of the what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up. I'm going to get inside, and you could do this, guys. You could do this. You could get inside the shower here, use all the space, you know, get creative. All right, so in this situation here, you see how I'm not leveled just because I'm inside the shower. So you always want to make sure you get that taken care of first. Always look for, you know, your balance. Make sure you're leveled first before you do anything else. Because if you compose a photo first and then you figure out it's not leveled, then your whole composition is bad. So make sure you're leveled first. All right, so here I'm gonna use this corner in this corner to kind of have the same amount of dead space. You see how on this side of the photo is kind of like the same. This is a well composed photo for real estate, and then you're giving me, you remember, like we just came from over there from that corner, so now I'm shooting back at that corner, so like that, you know, people could put 2 and 2 together and know where we're at in the house. So leveled, composed, focus, shoot. All right, so moving to the next part. This is real simple. This is just a normal closet. People want to know how big the closets are, so that's just, we take a photo, just level your compose the best way possible. Focus, shoot. The composition of a photo is very, very important, and it's crucial for real estate. I can't stress that enough. Okay, so this one, you might be able to do this straight on. You're leveled. Okay, your composition is good, and here you have a window. I always like to tap on the window. It kind of focuses on the outside, and then everything else will be in place. You always want to take 2 photos of each room, including one that will show the closet. Okay, don't forget that. And we're leveled, the composition is good. Focus, shoot. All right, good. You see how quick it is once you know what you're doing and you have a plan. All right, we have another bathroom here. This one's a little complicated as well. Remember this one here? So you want to get kind of like in the corner here. You want to bring down your tripod just a little bit, just to get everything in the frame. Make sure you're in the middle there. You're leveled there, leveled here. We're good. All right, and I think we're good. So in this case, since we don't have a window, I like to always focus on the actual faucet, right? So we're leveled, the composition is good. Focus and shoot. So the layout of the bathroom here is a little weird, right? So we're just gonna move it in this part here, and we're gonna try to close the door just a little bit and kind of show what's happening. Let me see here if I can maybe do this. Yeah, I think this will be good. Okay, leveled. Your composition is good. Remember, when it's a tight spot, you know, try to have the same amount of dead space on each side, just because, you know, it just serves a better, and lower. You could always lower your tripod, you know, so like that you get a better shot of either the toilet or you know, just the whole frame to be full with something to show, right? So here in this case, I only have this dead space right here, but everything else is in frame. All right, so we're leveled. No, we're not. All right, we're leveled. Photo is the composition is good, and then we're gonna focus on, let's say, the faucet, and then just shoot. Okay. Perfect. All right. So remember always to bring back the tripod to where it was. So like that, you keep everything. Laundry rooms we don't do. That's gonna come out in the 2D floor plan. Moving on to the next room. And I'm just gonna try to continue. I'm not gonna talk much, and probably are getting tired of me talking. I'm getting tired of me talking. Leveled, composed, focus, shoot. Oh, you see, I almost forgot the other shot. All right, so in this shot, in this case, I'm gonna go to this corner. Why? Because I'm showing you the hallway. Okay, I got 3 walls like, even though I got the door in there, but it doesn't matter. So we got 3 walls, we're leveled, composition is good. We're gonna go to the highest, the brightest part here. We want to focus on there. There's a window over there, so we want to be able to have, you know, everything in focus. But we got 2 photos in here. Moving on to the 3rd and last room, and pretty much the same thing. We have that window over there. This particular shot is going to include the closet. It does not mean that you're only going to take 1 shot. You're always going to get me 2 shots for each room. Okay, so here, okay, we're leveled. The composition is good. Focus, shoot. Okay, good. Now I'm going to show you, yeah, I could go to this corner here. When you go to this corner, you kind of showing me the other side of the room where I was shooting from. So makes sense. Leveled, you're composed. Focus, shoot. Okay, good, good, good. All right, what else? All right, we got that, we got that, we got that. Good, good, we got that room, we got this room. Okay, so now we're moving on. I'm just gonna go ahead and continue with the rest of the photos. I'm gonna have to go back out here. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna get locked out. Get this up here. I have to move this all the way up. It's gonna be quite a mess. All right, here goes nothing. Dude, this is, oh, look at this. Like, I am sinking in. Holy crap. I am sinking in. I'm not kidding. Oh my God. This is horrible. I'm glad I brought these things in. What a bad idea. Well, good idea, but bad situation. All right. I'll try to make this as quickly as possible, or I'll set up there. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see there, but I'm just gonna okay, all good. Now I'll have to go 1 on each side. Oh man, this sucks. Holy shit. Dude, this is bad. Really bad. Oh my God. I'm sinking in. Holy shit. Look at that. Wow. Not fun at all. I'm gonna have to start bringing some boots. All right. Let's see here. This is the only bad thing about new constructions, because the majority of them, they don't have grass yet. So be ready to get down and dirty. I have to walk all the way back onto the same thing. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. I'm just gonna follow my steps. Holy shit. here goes nothing. Welcome to the jungle. It's like walking on quicksand. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. Dude, my whole fucking shoe is... What the... Look at this. Holy crap. My tripod is like... Oh my God. I need to get out of here. Kind of sucks that this is not my last shoot. I still gotta do one more house. Oh Lord. Well, this is the last photo, that's for sure. Okay, well, I gotta get out of here. Let's get out of here. So, if you have any questions when it comes to composition, just leave a message in the comments. Thank you again for watching. Leave us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and if you need a real estate photography in the Nebraska, Panhandle, just give us a call. 786-597-8161. Thank you.